Young ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all or good evening. You are welcome once again here on the Tribune of Awakening Consciousness. So it's the headline of international news. The world is wondering, especially the African world. We are asking ourselves the question, but who does Donald Trump think he is? Who does he think he is? Who does he take himself for? Who? What is happening between the United States of America and Iran should draw the attention of the entire world, but more particularly of our sisters and brothers in Africa. People need to be interested and understand how the world is functioning. And this is what would allow Africa to make the right decisions. That is why, before continuing the video conference, I ask everyone to share this video conference as much as possible. Do your best to ensure that our brothers and sisters in Africa receive this video conference and follow it to the end. Don't forget to like it, as it gives weight to the video conference. So, we are talking about the relations between Iran and the United States of America. We know that the United States of America's favorite is Israel. And the situation between Israel and Iran, we also know. But this time, Donald Trump has stepped out. When Donald Trump came to power on January 20th, 2025, he told Iran that he does not want to go the military route with Iran. He prefers to make a deal with Iran. And what will this deal be about? About the denuclearization of Iran? Iran would need to stop its nuclear program. We are talking about Iran. Open your eyes wide. We are talking about Iran. And Iran is a sovereign country. It is not a country under the colonization of the United States of America to receive orders from America. It is a sovereign country that is free to develop programs as it wishes. Just like the United States of America, which also develop programs as they saw fit. The United States has developed nuclear programs. Today, the United States beats its chest. They feel proud to say they are a world power because it is a nuclear state. Today, France, within the entire European Union, beats its chest to say it is the only country, or at least the first nuclear country. Russia is respected because it is a nuclear country. China, too. At what point, God? The Almighty has forbidden states from resorting to these weapons. There is none since this world Siba is governed by God the Almighty. These are states that have come together, that have established an agreement. And as the name suggests, it is an agreement aimed at stopping the unchecked resort to the production of nuclear weapons. They have established these agreements to prevent the world from plunging into an unprecedented catastrophe, and one that would be capable of ending human existence. It is an agreement that other nations have violated, such as the United States of America and others. So, rightly or wrongly, if today Iran decides to arm itself, what do the United States of America have to do with that? Donald Trump had said that he would go through diplomatic channels. We had held video conferences on this topic here. But as recently as the evening of Sunday, March 30th, 2025, Donald Trump stated on media airwaves, I believe it was CNN, and said that if Iran refuses to enter negotiations for an agreement for Iran to abandon its nuclear program, America would be forced to bomb Iran. Can you imagine on what legal basis? When we consider international law in its entirety, I would like the specialists who are here, my colleagues, international law professors who are present, that they could at least provide me with an article from an international convention, an element of international law that grants a state like America the right to bomb another, or not even to bomb, but to consider resorting to bombing another state, when that state refuses to conclude an agreement with it. The Convention on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. Is it stipulated within this convention that if a state insists on nuclearizing, America can bomb that state? There is none. It does not exist, dear ladies and gentlemen. Dear compatriots, fellow citizens, Africans, it exists nowhere. We need to be very clear about this. It does not exist. But it's because, obviously, they have decided to run the world. Under their knees, under their feet. That is to say, they believe they are the only masters of the world. And what they want is what must be done. Either they tell you, well, we make an agreement. You refuse, I bomb you. You see to what extent these countries that you take, that many take as a reference, are countries that are not references. Countries that many consider as a reference in terms of respect for human rights, in terms of respect for what is called democracy, sovereignty. It does not exist. It's their own, dear Africans. You are being deceived. It does not exist. It does not exist. And Iran gave a great response. The Ayatollah responded. What did the Ayatollah say? Iran says that the country does not have a nuclear development program. And for a very long time, in fact, Iran has been saying it. But if America insists, the country will have no choice but to resort to nuclear weapons to defend itself. Since the country does not know why America wants to bomb it. Since they have always told me that they do not have a nuclear program. It's because Donald Trump says it's not true. But in reality, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to share this video conference. Share it as much as possible. In reality, dear ladies and gentlemen, it is that Russia and China have understood the American truths against their natural ally, which happens to be Iran. These countries have therefore decided to equip Iran with nuclear weapons. Yes, these countries have decided to equip Iran with nuclear weapons. So, Iran is in the process of becoming nuclear. Even if Iran denies it, Iran is in the process of becoming nuclear. But if Iran becomes nuclear, where is the problem for the United States of America? Where is its problem? That is to say, America wants, obviously, for it to be said that it is the only great power. All other nations in the world that would attempt to resort to this fatal weapon, which would be capable of making them powerful, America opposes. It wants to remain the sole master of the world. That is the truth. And that is why we Africans, we must open our eyes, dear ladies and gentlemen. We must understand how this world is functioning. That is why, when we hold video conferences, when we take the time to hold these video conferences and people do not share, it pains me greatly. It pains me greatly. We, the Africans of yesterday and today, are not the same. We must open our eyes. We must understand how this world functions. This is what allows us to establish our conviction, our deep conviction, and to form, that is, to have our own opinion on global issues, and to make the right decisions concerning our different nations. You know, they have always lied to us. They have always used lies to keep us in misinformation, in total ignorance. And when a people live in ignorance, not even a people, any person who lives in ignorance is simply ignorant, cannot contribute anything concrete. Even what you say is not based on facts, since you do not have the right information. That's why the first task we Africans must undertake is to inform ourselves, to receive the right information. This allows us to speak better. Then what we say about the world, we know what we are talking about. That's why I encourage everyone to come, share our video conferences, invite our other African brothers who are not yet here to join us in this struggle. So, that was the headline of the news. I will get back to you on this if there are new developments. Thank you for sharing this video conference as widely as possible. I will be back shortly with more news. This was The Voice. Goodbye.